entire ceiling downstairs, the kitchen, everything is yellow. Right away I noticed everything's yellow, which indicates the hoods aren't pulling everything out. The equipment is properly under the hoods. I'll show you. I feel like there's an extension we should put on the hoods where they're cooking the burgers. I mean, you can see this billowing smoke coming out. This is where they're cooking the burgers. The belt's a little loose, okay? So we're not getting maximum out of each of these. So I'm going to do my best to go ahead and adjust it while it's open. How I do that, while it's running, is to loosen those 4 bolts. Then I have this here, and we pry it apart. So the motor will shift over, and that'll tighten the belt. So let's see if we can do that. Okay, look at the belt now. Remember it had a big bow in it before? You can see how much I moved it over. 3/8 of an inch or so, half an inch. We need to look at the amp rating on the motor, because now we need to make sure I didn't put so much tension on the motor that the motor is going to burn out. It says 5.4 amps, so I'm going to open up the electrical panel, wire on, and see where we're at. Okay, so she's running 4.7 amps. So that's beautiful. That's like perfect, because it was 5.1 to 5.7, and I like to say 10%. So 4.7 plus 10% is 0.47, and even with 10%, you're like 5.3, 5.2 and a half. So jackpot. Next. Okay, let me show you. 6.52, we're nice and tight. 5.3 amps. If I left this like this motor will be dead in a few days. I gotta loosen it back up. So look, even with no tension on it, this motor's overamping. 5.3, it's pulling 6.3. It's hot. It doesn't look like it's very old. Like, it's pretty clean, but it's overamping. So I'm gonna grease everything up. We'll try and reduce the resistance on it as best we can. But you can see there's not a huge difference between 6.47 when it's tight, 6.3 when it's loose. This is gonna be a problem. Makeup air systems. This was running, I just shut it down because I could see it flapping. The belt broke. 4L400, I got one of those in the truck. Get that replaced. Alright, 4H400 Kevlar. This is not your black standard belt. I actually put Kevlar belts on hoods and makeup airs because you can't afford to have them go down. Alright, so the belt's back on. This thing's jumping all around like crazy, so I don't know what's up with that. It's just out of balance. I bet there's just so much junk in the fans. Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah, she's out of balance. Making a list. Alright, so they cooked their burgers here, and when they were doing it, you can see just everything is yellow. Like everything is yellow. And especially this corner over here. Because the smoke was coming up and around. Not because it's out of line, because it is under it. It would be benefit from sliding it more centered. So it's centered into the hood, right? The hood middle is here. So sliding that over would be ideal. But if nothing else, dropping the extension right there. Alright, we've got this flat top, right? So all the knobs are gone. But this one, the actual gas valve is broken. This one, the actual gas valve is also broken. but it's broken into the tube, so I have to see what that's all about. Also, looking down the burner, let's see. See how it's nice and blue? Nice and blue. Nice and blue. This one's burning white. This one was burning white. So we've got issues with the burner on this one. Real bad. Burning white. So, and I'll find out cost on these gas valves and new knobs.